Let's head out and listen to the head man of the Hawks.
Statement, then we'll open up to the floor for questions.
This is a team that I'm very excited about. Obviously, we have a lot of new faces, but I think we have tremendous leadership, starting with Peter Jock and Dale Jones, and we're excited to get started.
Thank you, Coach. Open up to the floor for questions. Front row on the left side.
Adrian Beecher with theskyboat.com. Coach, Peter was named to the preseason All Big Ten list. How big of an influence and boost of confidence do you feel like those types of accolades early on in the season can have to a team as you head in?
Well, you know, I think truthfully, it's something that I'm very proud of Pete for getting, but I think it's something that he expected. I think his approach has really impressed me from the end of last season, knowing we were losing 4 seniors, 4 captains, and it was going to be his team. And it's different because, you know, he put his name into the draft, and that was a possibility. But the way that he did that and prepared for the draft, but then also maintained his responsibility as the captain of our team, was something that really made me feel good as a coach, and knowing that I could turn the team over to him. So ultimately, when he came back, you know, he's a guy that knows and understands what this league is, and he can help our young guys, who are a talented group, you know, get ready for what we all know is an incredibly grueling task, and that's the Big Ten schedule.
It's front row on the aisle.
Dave Jones from PennLive.com. Fran, Peter and his brother have had a heck of a life, heck of a upbringing. Anything about his maturity you think will allow him to guide a bunch of kids? He's got a completely different role than he did last year when he was essentially the kid with 4 other guys who'd been around.
I don't think there's any question about that. I don't know that there's a better example of how to lead than what he saw with his brother. You know, sort of essentially taking over as the parent in that family, the male role model. When he was a freshman, if you know Pete at all, you know, he's a fun-loving, easygoing, sort of free spirit kind of guy. So we had Marble and Aaron White and Basabi and all those guys and the group ahead of him, and he didn't have to think about that at all. He just had to hoop. And we went overseas the summer before his freshman year. He was our second leading scorer, played with reckless abandon, but what he figured out is he had to get in better shape, and he had to play defense because he could always score. And I think when you have talented offensive players that figure out what they need to do to get better and then gradually mature, as he did, he had to fight for a starting position as a sophomore and then become one of the elite players in the league as a junior. And I think he had great examples of how to lead. You know, and what you're seeing now is the culmination of all of his experiences. And I'm really proud of him for that.
Let's go on the right, about 5 rows back.
Jeremiah Davis, Cedar Rapids Gazette. Coach, you mentioned the confidence that Jock has. The whole team seems to have that despite its youth. How much is that going to help as you get deeper into the year, not having to cross that hurdle?
Well, I think what we have right now, as you mentioned, is a very confident group for being so young. The critical thing is going to be, as you go through the journey, and we all know it's a difficult journey, can we sustain that when we have bumps in the road? And that's where the leadership comes in. I think we have enough depth, enough size, enough three-point shooting, enough ball handlers, and I think we have great chemistry. But it still remains to be seen how all that meshes together, you know, when the games begin. And I think that's the fun of it. That's the challenge that we all face. And I think what we have is a young group that's excited about the opportunity before them, and they believe in each other.
Any additional questions for Coach? Seeing none, thank you, Coach. Good
Okay,
luck.
thank you.